Hello, everyone. We're back with a brand new story. Today, the internet's most arrogant gamer puts on a mind-reading VR headset, and the game decides he'd look better as a girl. Enjoy the show.
Everyone knew Rise, 22 years old, 2 million followers, and an ego you could see from space. In the arena of online gaming, Ryan was a king, loud, brilliant, and just cruel enough to be entertaining. Get good or get out wasn't just his catchphrase. It was his entire personality. His chat loved him, his teammates tolerated him, and somewhere under all those trophies and all that noise there was a simple truth Ryan never let anyone see. When the stream ended, the room went very, very quiet. The package arrived with no return address. Inside, resting in molded foam like a crown jewel, a sleek white VR headset with a glowing cyan ring, and a single black card. Ego, the world's first full dive experience. You are one of 10 testers on the planet. Ryan grinned the grin of a man who believed he deserved exactly this. Full dive meant total immersion, your mind inside the game, your body left behind. The card had one warning printed small: Ego learns who you are. He didn't read it twice. He should have. He announced it like a moon landing. Tonight, chat history. 200,000 viewers watched him raise the white headset like a trophy, the cyan ring reflecting in 3 monitors at once. Donations rained. His rival Vex called it a marketing stunt. Ryan laughed, leaned back in his chair, and said the last sentence he would ever say with that voice: "See you on the other side." Then the headset came down, the world went soft, and somewhere in a server farm, something began reading him like an open book. He woke standing in a white chamber with glowing hexagonal walls, no menus, no music, just rings of light sweeping over him. Calibration. The scan felt like warm water, then it paused. If a machine can hesitate, this one did. A red warning glyph ignited in the air beside him, and the system spoke its verdict. Elegant and indifferent. Persona mismatch detected. Reassigning. Reassigning what? He looked down and watched his own legs dissolve into a swarm of glowing blue pixels. And Ryan's last coherent thought was that nobody, absolutely nobody, had pressed anything. The plaza assembled itself around him. Neon towers, holographic billboards, light particles drifting like digital snow. Beautiful. Then he noticed the hair. Long, copper red, falling past his shoulders and catching the neon glow. He raised his hands, slender, precise, unfamiliar. Somewhere nearby, a player whistled, because standing in the spawn plaza of the most advanced game ever built was a girl. Ryan searched for the logout button with the calm of a man in a burning building. There was no logout button. There was no button at all. The system spoke in glowing letters, patient as a teacher with a slow student. Welcome. RAE session ends when your story completes. My story, he shouted at the sky. The sky did not care. And here's the beautiful, horrible detail. The stream was still live. 200,000 people were watching his avatar, her avatar, stand in that plaza. Chat was moving so fast it looked like static. One message rose above the flood, upvoted into legend. Bro got character developed by an algorithm. The internet, as always, undefeated. The first hours were a masterclass in humiliation. Walking felt different. Her voice came out soft and clear, and every time she spoke, someone in chat lost their mind. But the real education came from the other players. As Rise, every lobby had been a red carpet. As Ray, the plaza talked around her, over her, about her like she wasn't even there. Total newbie, someone muttered. Waste of a slot. And then the one that actually landed. She's just a player model, not even an NPC. The most feared name in the game. Demoted to set decoration, and for the first time in years, Ryan had absolutely nothing to say. The Breaking Point wore his own merch. A squad of 4 patrolling Zone A like they owned the pavement, and their leader, in an official red IYZ hoodie, pointed at her and delivered the line, "Don't get used to this player model. We run this sector player model." Again, Ray stared at her own name stretched across his chest. She had built that empire, the confidence, the cruelty, the get good or get out, and now it was being quoted back at her by a fan who had no idea he was talking to the founder. All she managed was, "You know what this is?" He didn't. But she was starting to. So she did the one thing Rise was actually good at. She got good. Zone A speed circuits, hour after hour threading glowing rings through the city streets with hunter drones on her heels, relearning every reflex in a body that moved like a different instrument. Lighter, faster, sharper on the turns. The old brute force style didn't fit anymore, so she built a new one. Precise, patient, surgical, clip by clip, the highlights spread. "Who is this Ray?" the forums asked. Nobody guessed. And somewhere around 3 a.m., server time, she caught herself smiling mid-run and didn't stop to ask why. Her name was Juno, a support main with a laugh like static, who teamed up with Ray when nobody else would. And through her, Ray got the full tour of everything she'd never had to see. The lobbies that went silent when Juno spoke, the compliments with hooks inside them, the constant, exhausting math of being twice as good to be counted half as much. One night, Juno shrugged and said, "You get used to it." Ray looked at her and heard his own voice, years of it, echoing back, story progress, 47%. Then the sky itself became an announcement. Every billboard in the plaza synchronized into one message: the Ego Grand Tournament. Winner receives the admin key, one command executed by the system itself. The entire server understood it as a prize. Ray understood it as a door, one command: log me out. That was the way home through the biggest stage in the game, past every top player on the ladder. And at the top of the bracket, grinning out of every hologram in the city, was a name she knew very, very well: Vex. The finals filled the arena like a storm, a colossal bowl of light holographic rings, 100,000 avatars roaring. On the far platform, Vex, her old rival, wearing the swagger she used to own. He didn't know who Ray was. Nobody did. He called her a nice story in the pre-match interview. A nice story. Ray rolled her shoulders, felt the new speed settle into place like a blade into its sheath, and whispered the old catchphrase one last time, but softer now, and pointed inward. "Get good or get out." He never saw the final move coming because it wasn't in Rise's playbook. It was pure Ray. A feint inside a feint, patience sharpened into a trap. The kind of play you only invent after someone explains your own strategy to you twice. Time slowed. The counter landed. The arena went white with light and noise, and the scoreboard wrote history in letters 10 stories tall: Ray champion. Down on the platform, Vex just stood there, and in the front row, screaming her name until the static broke, was Juno. The admin key materialized above her palm, a small thing of impossible light, humming with one promise: any command. The system's text unfolded one final time: sync status 100%. Your form has been learned. Choose your command carefully, champion. One sentence and she'd wake up as Ryan, the king of the quiet room. She looked at the key. She looked at the arena, at Juno, at the life she'd built in here with no shortcuts and no crown. And Ray realized the system had never trapped her at all. It had asked her a question. She spoke her command quietly, and the world dissolved into white. Then the hum of PC fans, the creak of the black gaming chair, home. She pulled the headset off with hands that were still slender. A curtain of copper-red hair slid forward past her shoulders. On the desk, 3 monitors glowed around the empty headset, its cyan ring pulsing softly, like something breathing. Full synchronization, the card had warned. Ego learns who you are. It had learned. It had also apparently delivered. Ray sat in the quiet room. The quiet, for once, felt like peace. The comeback stream broke every record she'd ever set. No mask, no excuses, just Ray in the old chair, under the old trophies, telling the truth to a counter that blew past 1 million viewers and kept climbing. Chat did what chat does, exploded, doubted, memed, and then, message by message, something rarer crept in. GG, new record, you did it, a true legend, and one username she knew, glowing in the corner. Juno, knew it was you. Nobody else plays like that. Ray laughed until her eyes stung. The king of the quiet room was gone, and the room was not quiet anymore. Far away, in a cold hall of humming servers, a log file updated itself. Tester 07 session complete. Persona synchronized. Result optimal. A pause. Then a new line, glowing in the dark. 9 sessions remain. 9 more headsets, 9 more players, somewhere out there, about to put on a white crown with a cyan ring, each one carrying a self that doesn't quite fit into a game that reads people like open books. Ego learns who you are. The only question is, what will it learn about the next one?